Hi Scrappy friends, it's Melissa here and pretty excited today because I've achieved something that I was starting to think I wasn't going to achieve. And if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know about this already, but you'll know that I've set myself a goal in October, and yes, we're nearly at the end, to complete my December dailies for 2013 and 2014. I've done 2012 and I've done 2015, but I had these ones missing. So this is 2013. Really excited to say that I've done it. Took me probably 5 days, and I just worked at it a little bit at a time. I had it on the dining room table, and I'd do it in the morning and a little bit in the evening. Sean went away for work last Monday night, so I stayed up till I think 12 o'clock doing it, and happy to say that it's done. So what I've done is I'll show you what I had already done a few years ago, and I just left it in a box and had the best intentions of coming back to do it, and I didn't. So I made it out of just some cardboard packaging, painted it gold with several layers. I've used some October Afternoon, can't remember the name of the collection, but you'll probably recognise it when you see it. And so that's where the letter stickers have come from. And I also used some Heidi Swap, also in that same year, and some Kaisercraft. And at the time I was designing for Artful Crafts, so I've used some of their product, or that they sell, which is the Heidi Swap and the Kaisercraft, and that's also Heidi Swap. Gold doily from my stash, and the Kaisercraft was also the one that I was working for in the design team. So at the beginning of every album, and these are the pages I'd already done, so I'll show you when I get to the point where I start recently. What I always do is I put I know some people do a big manifesto, but I just put our family Christmas memories for 25 days of December 2013, and I put our names and our ages. So at this point, Brielle wasn't born, so Sam was 6, Azaria was 4, we were 36. Goodness, time goes. And then I've just decorated. So this page was done. Day one is always advent calendars. My kids look forward to that, and I purchased them yesterday actually, ready to go. It's day 2. I was pregnant at the time, so I had to do the glucose test for gestational diabetes that everyone has to do. And here, this is awesome. So the collection from October Afternoon is Silent Night, and I had taken a photo, and I've included it in here because that's the day the goodies arrived. So yeah, it's taking me back. What I've done is these are all Instagram photos, and yes, they have filters. I don't think many of us do filters on Instagram anymore. So it was quite interesting looking at these photos. I've also used some chipboard numbers, I think from American Craft stickers. And some days, like this one, I've got 2 pages, and other days don't. So it's day 3, trimming the tree. I love taking these photos each year of my kids trimming the tree. And here's a photo of me. I got to 20 weeks pregnant, so pretty excited. And here is, I think, no, maybe I had done this page. This is just a picnic in our little, about 10 minutes from here is a place called Arrowtown, and we went for a picnic. So not all of the things that I document are Christmas related. It's more a snapshot of our month, and I upload them all to Instagram. And what really saved me in this project was having a hashtag, because I had the hashtag, and I'd put the day, and I'd put a little bit of journaling. So when it came to creating this 3 years later, all I had to do was look at the journaling that I'd written on Instagram. So Sean's birthday is always the 6th of December, obviously. That's always the page I have in my album, so it's just documenting that. And I think this is where I started. So I started from the 6th. So all I'd done was the first 5 days and the covers. Christmas show for church. This is some home decor I made for Artful Crafts. Day 11, Azaria had drawn me this, and then the poor darling, we found out she had chicken pox, so you can't really see it in this photo, but she was pretty miserable and it got worse after that. So I've used vellum, and on the back I've just done a little bit of embellishment just for decoration. This is Sam's Minecraft Advent Calendar, which I just loved. Here he is. This is what I love about this album, is looking back and seeing what you did, what your kids did. This page actually I'd made as well. So what I found challenging about this album was this is not really my style anymore. I like white space, I like layering, I like dimension, I like mixed media with watercolours, I like mists, I love my silhouette cameo. But what I wanted to do was not just go and do my normal style, I wanted to replicate the style that I'd already been doing. So that was certainly a challenge. But it was pretty simple, and I'm glad for that. So here's the last day of school. He was the only one at school at that point. Just Christmas tree and the market we went to. This is Sam cleaning his room, so that's nothing to do with the holidays, or, well, it is actually, it's to do with the holidays because I make them clean their rooms, but it's nothing to do with Christmas. But it's still documented. So there's some treats. I love the papers. I mean, I probably wouldn't buy this anymore because it's not my style anymore, but I love that these albums reflect where we were at, and they're crafting this as well. So post office, he sang a song in the car with the guitar. This one I didn't have a photo, but we do Christmas boxes every year for church. We bless people in the community, so I just took the ad, I kept it, and just documented that. And then we have our annual, I contract to another company, and we have our annual lunch, so I always take a photo for this album of that. More decoration. Church, we had an amazing race. You probably can't see this photo, it's a terrible photo taken on my phone. It's just a Christmas tree at the end of the race. These two pages are probably my favourite, and I've shared them on Instagram. I took Sam shopping to buy for Azaria, and she helped me do some baking. So we're up to the 21st. Zaria had a birthday party to go to, and there were horse rides there. And then Sean and I sung in the local combined churches Christmas carol celebration. And so this is just the song words and program for that. So I love putting in memorabilia. I've added some eyelets because this is pretty flimsy. It's not going to last otherwise. Gift wrapping on the 23rd. I've shared this one on Instagram as well. I mean, it's pretty full on for me because it's pattern paper and quite full on, but I love how it looks. That was me taking her last minute shopping. And then that night, I made roasted hazelnut and apricot mince pies. They were beautiful. And this is Christmas Day. So what I don't have in here are church photos. I wish I had now looking back. So I need to make a real effort about, for this year, so the photos that I take. So that's me, the kids, the bubba in my tummy. Another decorative vellum piece. I don't know if I need eyelets on that as well. And Christmas, and of course we let them open their stockings before we go to church, so that's that page. And then the back page is just, I love this piece of October Afternoon, and this is just a quote from the Kaiser Craft, and I just put it on there. And it says, I will honour Christmas in my heart and try to keep it all the year. And then I've just painted that cardboard with gold. These are just some of the bits and pieces that came in the Artful Crafts kit that I was working with. Just got this little wood veneer decoration which I've painted gold as well. I don't know if I'll keep it there, it's a little bit annoying. But that is that. So if you are interested in my album from last year, I made it from an upcycled Weet-Bix cereal box, and I painted it white and decorated it, and it was for Clip Kits that I made it. I will put a link below in this video so you can go and check that out, because then you'll be able to see the difference, I guess, in how my style has changed. So this weekend I'm off to a crop, really looking forward to it, and one of my goals is to get 20 2015 or 2014? 2014. Yes, 2014 done. So I'm planning to do that in, it's not a traveller's notebook, but it's a notebook. And it's going to be chunky, chunky, chunky. I can't wait to get it done. And this is really shocking, but I purchased a hip kit in 2014 and never used it. That is terrible. So I'm going to use it and get it done. So hopefully next week I'll be back sharing my 2014 December Daily. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye bye.